duration of the action. Fine, it is used for the duration of the action. So the structure that is being followed here is this: subject plus has, have, then been, then verb first form plus ing, then object. Fine. But here the passive voice will not be followed. Why? See. Suppose we are taking this structure, then we are putting this passive subject plus has, have plus been, then according to ing, new helping verb being will be added. Then our by preposition, then passive object. See what happens. Let's write this sentence. He has been writing a letter. Fine, let's add some meaning to the sentence. For 1 hour. Fine, in Hindi we have to understand he has been writing a letter for 1 hour means that वो 1 घंटे से letter लिख रहा है. Okay, let's see what happens. A letter has been being, has been being, three new helping verbs are being added here. Being written by him for 1 hour. A letter is written by him. A letter has been being written by him for 1 hour. You see, grammatically we have done no mistake, but in modern usage of English, this is not recommended. So that's why there will be no passive voice of this tense. Fine, so there will be no passive voice of this tense. So similarly, there will be no passive voice of the past perfect continuous, and future perfect continuous. Now remember, at the starting of this session, I have said to you that passive voice is followed in 8 tense only. So we have excluded 3 tenses: present perfect, past perfect, future perfect here. But one more tense also will not be following the passive voice, that is future continuous tense. In the future continuous tense, passive voice will also not be followed. Fine, so which makes 4 tenses are excluded, which makes 8 tense here. So only in 8 tense the passive voice is followed. Fine, so by this we have completed our present tense section. Let us move on to the past tense. Fine. Past tense. Fine. Again, same category. Simple past, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. As again I said, in the perfect continuous, the passive voice will not be followed. The first we are taking simple past, also known as past indefinite. So the structure here will be subject plus verb second form, then object. And the passive will be passive subject plus was, were, then verb third form, then passive object. Okay? Passive subject, which means the object, and passive object, which means the subject. Was or verb, depending on singular and plural subject. Verb third form also followed here. Let us understand the example. He. So second form is wrote. Wrote a letter. It will be a letter. Singular subject. Was will be the new helping verb. Then written by, again the objective form of the pronoun. Him. A letter was written by him. This is simple past. Fine. A letter was written by him. Let's move on to the past continuous. Past continuous. Past continuous means between the action at some point of the past is continuous, was not finished. So it will be subject plus was or were, then verb first form plus ing, then object. What will happen here? It will be passive subject was, were, and being according to the continuous tense, new helping verb, then was, were, being, then will be passive object. Fine, let's see how. He was writing a letter. And it will come, a letter was being written by him. A letter was being written by him. Fine. Now let's move on to the past perfect. Past perfect, okay, the structure will be subject plus had plus verb third form, then object. It will be passive subject, had plus been, then verb third form, and then the passive object. Okay, let's see. He had written a letter. He had written a letter. Fine. So a letter had been written preposition by, an objective case of the pronoun him.